Morning, all. It's an early morning, butt crack of dawn, or how I like to say, a crack of dawn. Uh, yeah, it's a very early morning live stream. I just decided to go live because the more content I put out, the better. I guess the ratings are. I don't know. I'm gonna be quiet, but not too quiet. Bam. All right, there we are. Nobody watching, but that's okay because I know it's my time. It is 5:15 on the West Coast. It is 2:15, but that is okay because I know some of y'all will catch the replay. Uh, just a little update on what I did. Uh, I actually added a sponge filter to the 45. I'm not sure if you can see that, but let me move out the way. See the second stream of bubbles? Yeah, I actually added a sponge filter to the yeah, I added a sponge filter to the 45 so I can make sure that hey, I got plenty of beneficial bacteria in there when I do decide to do filter maintenance, uh, stuff like that. I actually did add that just to be on the safe side. Now every aquarium larger than 20 gallons or 20 gallons or larger does actually in fact have a sponge filter. If you haven't checked out my sponge filter video, please go check that out. Uh, yeah. So what to talk about? As many of y'all did see, I did post a video yesterday on the X-ray tetra. That's actually a pretty cool fish that I do have a small school of in this 45 gallon. Uh, I did clean it up a little bit so it looks a lot better than it did yesterday. Just for the simple fact that, hey, the light was not, the glass between the light and the water was full of green algae and stuff like that. You know, it's one of those things that I guess happens when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, what else? Upcoming videos. Considering I do have three species of tetra in this 45 gallon tank behind me, I was thinking I should probably do a couple videos on the other two tetras, i.e., Serpe and Buenos Aires tetra. I will be, and then of course I got tiger bars and gouramis in there and swordtails. So yeah, see, I'm tired too, and that's because the baby woke me up at like 3:30. So, as many of y'all do know, I did have me and my wife did have our child. So there's that. I would be one when she gets a little bit older. Would be one to get her more involved in the videos and the aquarium hobby. I think that'd be pretty. You know, this yeah, my eyebrows always messed up. I think that'd be pretty cool to get her involved in something like that. Uh, Man, this lighting's horrible. It makes me look like I got jaundice. But yeah. So I'm gonna go turn on some lights. Y'all can view the tank. I'll probably make me some coffee, so that way I can be awake. There we go. How many people viewing? Just zero? One? Oh, that's all right. All right, and I am back. So the lighting does look better. I don't look like I got jaundice anymore. Uh, Something tastes better about coffee when you use purified water. I don't know what it is, but uh, the 125 updates, it is doing good. I'm keeping a close eye on Fred, my Severum, just making sure he doesn't, in fact, have a hole in the head, and it's just a injury. I'm I've been feeding him high protein, doing water changes, adding aquarium salt, just making sure that I can ward off any infection if at all possible. Because I love Fred. Fred's my Severum. He's awesome. Also, I will be doing Mr. Ropey. My rope fish has been much more active lately, which I think is pretty cool. The fact that I see my rope fish more often, and because he's not hiding as much, he or she can't really tell which one it is. So it's Mr. or Mrs. Ropey. I don't know. Anyway, it's just Ropey. Uh, the rope fish is doing good. Been feeding it more often. It's been coming out more often. Not hiding in its plants as much as it usually did. I hope my dragon goby's doing okay. It hasn't been acting the same. It just always hides. Like it always used to hide. It came out a little bit more often before, but now it's just hiding even more. So starting to get a little worried about Mushu. But I will be keeping an eye on Mushu as well. All the other fish, the angelfish, the pleco, the pictus cat, they all seem to be doing well. I will be doing another species highlight on angelfish because they haven't done one on angelfish yet. Haven't done one on a Severum. Haven't done one on a lot of fish, actually. Hmm. Anyway, there is that. I will be. The pleco that I got is not a common pleco. It's a Colombian spotted pleco or a Colombian hyphen pleco. I will be doing a video on him or her because I mean they are larger pleco. That's why I don't have them in the tank behind me. The 45, I actually have it in the 125. I am thinking once this tank is fully established, I think it's already established. It's just I don't know. I've been thinking about getting either a pleco or some auto sinkless catfish for algae control. Because I love autos. Autos are cool catfish. I've had autos in the past, and I've had very, very good luck with auto sinkless. But I do gotta avoid the Chinese algae eaters again. I didn't have luck with either of them. They just got too fat, and yeah, they both died. Thankfully, they both died. I know that's bad to say about a fish because we all love our fish, but they were they were attacking my other fish. They were attacking the parrots. They were attacking my opaline gourami that's in here. Not the little one, but the bigger one. They were attacking. Like I had a red tail shark in here, but I moved him because he was getting aggressive. But yeah, this tank behind me seems to be doing pretty well. Adding the established sponge filter did pretty much do an instant cycle. But if you haven't checked out my video on the X-ray tetra, go ahead and check that out. But like I said, there's a lot going on in this tank. Uh, I also added the sponge filter to keep up with the bio load. Because I'm one of those firm believers that you can never have too much filtration. Uh, Especially when it comes to the healthier fish. The more filtration you got, the better it is. Like the better water quality. Plants are a natural form of filtration. That's why I decided to add live plants. So every tank in this house has live plants. This one has. You got to replant is that Anubias over there, and of course this nice little Ludwigia forest. My other one has two giant Anubias, lots of Amazon swords, and Ludwigia. The other one has a lot of Ludwigia. Like the Ludwigia has taken off and it's been a mass producing plant. Kind of like how Jungle Val was for me up in Bradenton when I lived up there and had a 20-gallon. Jungle Val was crazy growing over there. Uh, but over here, it seems to be the Ludwigia that I've had lots of luck with. But this thing, I did feed some bloodworms this morning just to switch up their diet a little bit, bloodworms, and then I did flakes. But looks like the coolie loach that I have in there kind of cleaned it up. That coolie loach is such a cool fish. But I will be doing species highlights on a lot of these fish. Eventually, I may decide to do a school of tiger barbs in here. If I lose a lot of fish and the tiger barbs are left, I will decide probably to do a giant school of tiger barbs, even a larger school than what I had in Bradenton. I may probably put about 10 or 15 tiger barbs in there. But right now, the two I have are doing pretty well. They're not aggressive. They're not big, nippy on the fins. They're just being a good tropical community tank. They're just being a good tropical community fish. And usually everyone says, well, tiger barbs are notorious fin nippers. Yes, that may be true in some aspect, but with other fast moving fish, they're not having a single issue. You can see a tiger barb right there. I also may decide to do some cherry barbs, like some smaller barbs. Uh, but right now this tank is at max capacity. Like I said, I may add a smaller type pleco, maybe a rubber lip or a clown pleco or a bristle nose pleco. I may add that to this tank. But yeah, tank seems to be doing well so far. 125 is looking pretty dang gnarly right now. It's not looking too bad. I changed up the light setting a little bit so the plants can continue to get light. But I did have a lot of dirt and debris stirred up yesterday when I took out the plants. So I'm actually going to check once the lights come on because I have them set to start coming on at 6 o'clock in the morning. Because they are the Fluval Aqua Skies and they are an automatic light, which I think is a pretty nifty thing to have. Good morning, Degenerate. What's up? I think it's a pretty cool thing to have, automatic lights. So that way you don't have to technically have another another core like a timer. These are automatically timed to my phone time, so I think that is pretty dang cool. The tank behind me is actually looking pretty good. I do want to get a background for it and scrape off that algae, but I do want to get a background for this tank, or maybe I could just paint it black. What do y'all suggest? I don't know what I suggest, but Degenerate, good to see you, man. But tank behind me is looking pretty good. The 125 is still doing pretty well. Uh, Sadly, in the wife's beta sorority, we did lose two betas. Her newest one that she got, and uh, Rose. We lost Rose. So that was kind of a sad thing. We lost both of them to dropsy. So I'm keeping an eye on the other fish in there, the other two betas. The corridors seem to be doing just fine. And they are I really know, a green koi or a bronze koi. I think they're the green kois. But yeah, that's also in the works. I know a lot of y'all see that the main staple of my videos is my 125. I haven't been doing a lot of videos with the 125 in the background lately, just because it takes up a lot of space, uh, like with the tripod and the chair and everything else like that. But I will, Degenerate, if you want to come on up, I'll actually post the link in chat. Uh, Hold on. And also, guys, I am also, when it comes to, I'm trying to pin, there we go. One thing I do want to show y'all, and I will show it to y'all, is the 125. So I'll be showing that to y'all. Perfect, perfect. All right. So, oh, I gotta add myself. All right. Did I add myself? All right. Ooh. Just okay. This is just so y'all can see the 125, how it looks right now. It actually doesn't look. I know this is not the best camera, but the 125 is looking pretty good. Uh, Lots of, like I said, the plants, and let's see if I can get the pleco to come up. And yes, that is a rainbow shark, and with the ball of sharks and everything. So that's pretty cool. There's the rope fish. Pretty cool looking fish, if I do say so. It's been really hard to find these in my area, but I have been able to find one. And in this 125, he or she seems to be doing just fine. So that's pretty dang cool. The Dragon Goby. I'm not sure how the Dragon Goby's doing. It's hard to see it down there. Nope. There you go. There's a Dragon Goby down there. But yeah, this tank does seem to be doing okay. All the fish seem to be doing okay. The Pictus cat has always found his spot, which is the back of the tank. He always sits back there behind the driftwood. The pleco does come out every. So, oh, there it is. The Colombian spotted pleco. Where is he? Right over there. It's hard to see, but he's still a cool looking fish. Looks like he's starting to get spots on him from rubbing against stuff, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what it is. But yeah, he's down there with the other fish. The ballas are getting a lot bigger. So yeah, that's just how the tank's doing. I just wanted to update y'all on the 125 because y'all haven't seen it in a while. Fred has been getting. Where is he? There's Fred. It's hard to see because the lights ain't on, but Fred's getting really, really big. I had him, he was about dime size, and now he's about the size of a silver dollar. So, yeah, this is just how the 125 is doing. I just wanted to update y'all on how this tank is doing. So, yeah, with that, there y'all go. I'll be back over there in a sec. Uh, all right, I am back, and I don't know who this Daisy Hicks is. So, sorry. I guess that's just a bot or something. But I just wanted to show y'all how the 125 was doing. The 125 is doing pretty. Oof. 125 is doing pretty well. Oh, you're good. Degenerate. I will actually add you as and moderator, because there you go. Now, Degenerate, you are actually a moderator on the Hulk Logan's Aquatics channel. So now you have a wrench. But I just wanted to show you all how the 125 was doing. The 125 is still doing pretty well. Haven't had any significant fish loss since that happened. So yeah, the 125 is doing pretty well. The 45, haven't had any fish loss in the 45. The 3-gallon betta tank with our male betta, he seems to be doing well. Even the snails are doing well. We actually have the ram's horn snails, so they're doing well. And the male betta is himself, Peach, is doing. So they all seem to be doing pretty well. Like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on the Colombian spotted. Maybe it's just how the lighting was. That made it look like he had spots on him. But, or he does have spots on him from rubbing against everything. But I'll just keep an eye on him for that. Keep an eye on him for sunken belly and everything else. But yeah, all the other fish seem to be doing well. I'm not sure, like I said, if Fred, my Severum, if it was hole in the head or if it was actually just him bumping into decorations. So I'll be doing that. Uh, what else do I want to do? Oh shoot, I still got them Aqueon cichlid pellets that I can still add to my other cichlid pellets. Catfish Terry, I actually want you to come up here. Haven't seen you in a while, Terry. Link is up in chat if you want to come on up. I haven't seen Catfish. I've seen his live streams. I love watching Catfish Terry's live streams, especially when he is fishing. Yeehaw! Catfish Terry. I love watching Catfish Terry's live stream. I love when I see him catch fish. I'm an avid fisherman, so fishermen, we kind of like do this. We are like best friends. Except down here, Catfish Terry, the catfish down here are not. Well, there is one catfish that's edible in the saltwater. It's the sail cat, the gap top sail cat, but the hardheads are not edible. So I just leave them alone. They're like the freaking mud cats. So they're not that great. The reason I'm up so early is the baby woke me up. Yep, the newborn. Gabby Logan. Ooh. And Catfish Terry. Oh yeah, you are a mod on my channel. I was about to say, if anything, I know that Catfish Terry's a mod on the channel. But I don't think you've seen this tank, Terry. You've seen my other tanks? Yeah, see? Catfish Terry knows what I'm talking about. Them big old sail cats. Ooh, and they actually taste good. But I don't think Terry's seen this tank behind me. This is my 45. I got this set up, and I got a whole bunch of community fish in this tank. The fish are growing like crazy in the 125, but like kind of showed Terry the tank. Yeah, it's a nice tank. I got like a little like this is going to be my daughter's tank. So uh, this will be my daughter's tank when she gets older. I actually have a sponge filter because you got to have sponge filters, and I got like a little light bubbler thing. Uh, like when I was a kid, I always used to think that the bubbles contain the oxygen, when in fact it's actually the surface agitation with the gas exchange. That's how you get your oxygen. Uh, go ahead, Terry, looks like we got some spam. So go ahead and knock them out. There you go. Who removed it? Catfish Terry. Yeah, it seems to be a lot of spam lately, especially on my channel. I've been seeing a lot more of the bots. I'm actually, what am I, 25 away from 300, if you can believe it. I've had my channel a while. I think I've had it like a year and a half. But being almost at 300, I think I'm doing okay. Still not at the 1K like Terry is over there, but I've been following Catfish Terry since he was at like 800. So, uh, yeah, there's bots everywhere apparently. Wow, degenerate, 300 seconds? Wow, you're not playing around, are you? Uh, yeah, I got some cool fish in here. The Pro Gourami, I think, is one of the cooler looking gouramis. It's not a dwarf gourami, but the Pro Gourami is a pretty cool looking fish, and so is the Buenos Aires Tetra. Let's see if I can show y'all. Let's see. You can see the X-ray Tetras, which I did a video on, but it's Tiger Barb. There's a Buenos Aires Tetra right there. They're like a deeper body Tetra. Some swordtails, some. Yeah, it's a good looking tank. Let's see if I can find one of my pearl gouramis. There's one hiding up there in the corner. And yeah, there's just so much going on in this tank. There's my cool looking swordtail. I still don't know what breed of swordtail that is, but it's a female swordtail. Real cool fish. But yeah, it's hard to find my other pearl because there's the one up by the filter, but it's somewhere. Like I said, I got so much decorations and plants and everything in this tank, it's really hard to find it. But yeah, that's that tank. 125, like I said, has been a mainstay in my videos. A lot of my videos is the 125. It says 3 viewers. I don't know who the 3 are, but thank you all for watching. I know you got Catfish Terry and Degenerate. So I thank y'all for watching. You know, I know it's 5:49 here on the East Coast, 4:49 Central Time. But Terry, those tornadoes weren't too close to you, were they? Because I was actually worried. I was like, please don't let a tornado hit Catfish Terry. Because I know is Kentucky just south of y'all or is it north of y'all? I suck at geography, to be honest. So yeah, but I heard about those tornadoes and I was worried about you, Catfish Terry. I haven't seen you go live, so I was like, I hope Terry's okay. Has it just been the weather's been bad for fishing, or just haven't had time, or what's up with that? But those of you who don't know Catfish Terry, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows Catfish Terry, uh, he's been a main supporter of mine. I think, yeah, he's been a main supporter of the channel for a long time. In fact, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for Catfish Terry. So I have a soft spot in here for you, Catfish Terry. You have helped me out a lot, and I can only thank you. All I can say is thank you because I haven't met you yet, but Oh, as long as you're okay, Catfish Terry, that's what matters. You know, you had two touchdown, 2 to 3 miles north and south. That's really scary. That's one thing I don't do well with is tornadoes. I don't like tornadoes. Never have. But who the heck likes tornadoes except storm chasers, right? Uh, yeah, I always hear, Catfish Terry, that uh, after a storm, that the fishing actually gets pretty good. Uh, I remember, like, usually after tropical storms or hurricanes, down here the fishing gets really, really good. Uh, yeah, but I remember when I first started on YouTube. Yeah, I bet that would be something. Like the tornadoes we have down here aren't really like tornadoes. They're more like water spouts and stuff, and they don't get very strong down here. Like my house withstood Hurricane Charlie, which had 148-mile-an-hour winds, 150-mile-an-hour winds, which is the equivalent of an EF3 tornado. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. I think the spring break of my eighth grade year, we had 13 tornadoes touch down in eastern New Mexico, West Texas. It was they called it the mini breakout of 2000. When was that? That was 13. 2007. The mini breakout of 2007. Tornado. Tornado. Does it go in breakouts? It was a tornado something. So yeah, a tornado outbreak. That's it. We had a mini tornado outbreak that night. So and that was in 06, 07. So that was a real scary night. Because I remember watching a movie, then all of a sudden I hear their sirens go off, then they turn off, then go on, then turn off, and I'm like, what the? Why are the tornado sirens turning off and going back on and turning off and going back on? Then we get the phone call, the emergency phone call, and they said that 13 tornadoes have been touching down in our area. Now, how my hometown Clovis was set up, you had the main strip through the middle of town, which was uh, uh, there's a street right down the center of my town, Clovis, New Mexico, and it was a Prince Street. Everywhere west of Prince was okay, but east of Prince got tore up pretty bad. I think there was one fatality that night. Sadly, it was a lady who was in her mobile home, and her mobile home flipped on top of her. So there was a fatality from the storm. Uh, it was an EF2 tornado. Sustained winds were 125 in that tornado. So lots of damage. Air conditioning's ripped off the school. Water heaters ending up in the gorilla enclosure of the zoo. Uh, so that was kind of, that was kind of not a good deal. Uh, but half of Clovis got tore up and the other half didn't. So I think we were really, really lucky that time. But uh, I have, like I said, that was the last time I seen a tornado in Clovis. Because then in 2011, I joined the army and moved out. and then there was tornadoes in Missouri, and in Oklahoma. So we had tornadoes in Oklahoma when I was in Oklahoma for AIT, and we had tornadoes in Missouri when I was in basic training. So I was like, man, I can't escape tornadoes, can I? And then I moved to Okinawa, Japan, and get hit by typhoons. So there was that. So, and then I moved to Florida where we get hit by hurricanes. So it's like, well, I trade one evil, tornadoes over here, for hurricanes over here. And one thing that I don't like about hurricanes is the storm surge. Storm surge really, 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 really sucks. Uh, Especially since I don't know how to swim very well. I can swim enough to save my life, but I'm not the best swimmer. So storm surge kind of scares me a little bit. That's why when I bought this house, I made sure I was not in a flood zone. Or if I was in a flood zone, I was like in the very tail end of a flood zone. Because how my house sits, there's a drainage ditch and it goes up like a hill. So when the water drains out, it flows downhill. So I made sure I wasn't in a flood zone, and the canal that is next to my house is 2 blocks that way, or well, that way. Depends on how you're sitting. Uh, anyway, that way is not the canal. That way is the canal, but since it's reflecting, it's a camera. That way is the canal. 2 blocks that way, there's a freshwater canal. I mean, there's I can go collecting in that canal. That'd be pretty cool to do. Some native fish species collecting because I hear there's cichlids in there, like Midas, but I'm afraid they'd be too aggressive for that tank, the 125. But that would be something I could do. I'm not getting a pet bass like Bama Bass did because that would eat everything in the tank, and I don't want to lose every fish in the tank. So, but I mean, if I get a big pleco, I can put it in there, or you know, something like that, like a big fish, but not one that's like a. I'm not going to put a peacock bass in a 125. That is a no-no. I would not put a peacock bass in anything less than a 300 or 400 gallon aquarium. That's just me. Uh, this 125 is the largest tank I've ever kept, so I think that is really, really, really cool that I've been able to keep a large aquarium. Uh, yeah, I've been live for 45 minutes. I don't know what time you go live, Terry. So what I was thinking is I can stop going live as soon as you start. So everyone go head over to Catfish Terry's channel so you can watch him go do some fishing. Now, Terry, I do want to see an update on your tanks though. So keep that in mind because, I mean, yes, I am an avid fisherman, but I also want to see some of your tanks as well, because I always watch your, especially when you're just sitting there in the wintertime, sitting in front of your guppy tanks. I love seeing that, you know. I don't know. Did you have 2 cameras to do that? Because I think that'd be pretty dang cool. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I know that really sucked. But go check out Catfish Terry's channel if you haven't already. Catfish Terry, I'm a member on his channel. I think I'm a channel cat. Ah, you gotta take the grandson to school. It feels good being a dad, you know. Uh, other than the sleepless nights, uh, other than that stuff, it feels good being a dad, you know. My little girl. Oh no, Catfish Terry, you lost all your guppies? Yeah, I lost all mine too. I don't know what happened. It's just tank was doing good, and then all of a sudden it just crashed, you know. But that really sucked when I lost all my guppies. I loved them. I even lost my Endler that I had in there. I had a lot of mutt guppies, but I also had some really nice guppies that I got from Jess, and they died. So I don't know. It's like my whole entire tank just crashed, and I had a deep substrate with plants. So I don't know like what happened. Maybe the water hardness, or maybe it was when we had that nitrite and ammonia get in the tank in our water. I don't know why I lost all my guppies, but somehow I just still managed to lose all my guppies. So there was that. Uh, yeah, but the tank bosses in my 125, like this tank, doesn't have any tank bosses. Like you would think this tank would have tank bosses. No, this tank does not have tank bosses. Now the tank bosses in my 125 are in fact the blood parrots. So the blood parrots are a really cool fish. I really love the blood parrots. Uh, yeah, but until they slowly disappeared, mine just died. I would find them dead. But when Fred, my Severum, gets bigger, maybe he's going to be the tank boss. I don't know. The parrots are still pretty large, and I know parrots can live for quite some time. So, I mean, maybe once, I hate to say it, when I lose, sadly, my angelfish and my bala sharks and all the other fish in the 125, except maybe the parrots, I may go with some slightly more aggressive cichlids, like some more Severums, or I don't know. I would like more Severums in that tank. Uh, Maybe some Discus eventually down the line. Once, if everything dies off, maybe I would keep some Discus. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know Discus are an expensive fish, so Discus would be pretty cool. What else would be a pretty cool fish in there? I don't know. Y'all decide, but that's years down the line because like all my fish seem to be doing pretty dang well in the 125. So now one thing I have been wanting to get, but unless I have an African cichlid tank, I may not. Uh, that would be cool, but I'd have to rip up every plant and get more rocks and stuff like that, and have just bare bone freaking rocks and driftwood for a African cichlid tank. Yeah, I actually would love to get some discus. Honestly, I mean, but I would have to make sure my water quality is perfect because I know discus are a little sensitive. Maybe I could get some like Bolivian rams. I think that would be a pretty cool cichlid. Like maybe in here, some Bolivian rams or some German blues. I think that'd be a good centerpiece fish, or maybe some. I don't know. It's just uh, or maybe in the 20 long, I can do some German blues if the betas die off. I think that'd be cool. Some German blue rams. I love ram cichlid. Such a cute little cichlid. Maybe Bolivians, because Bolivians are a little hardier than the German blues. But it's just if I can find them, you know, that's gonna be the hard part is finding them. And is that a plant or is that a dead fish? Please don't be a dead fish. No, it's a plant. Uh, yeah. I mean, German blues are a cool cichlid. I really like them. I just didn't have luck with them. They all developed ick and died. So yeah, I mean, I think I think German blues got to be kept at a higher temperature, and didn't. I kept them around 80. So I think the German blues should be kept at around 82 to 84. Uh, but I think a Bolivian ram cichlids would be pretty cool, or maybe some smaller cichlids like a pistogramma or cribensis. I think those would be pretty cool, little crib tank. You know, it all depends. I don't want to keep convicts again. Uh, Convicts are a cool cichlid, but they breed like guppies. They are the rabbits of the cichlid world. You will have, before you know it, you'd have like 50 to 60 little convicts. Now, don't get me wrong, I love convict cichlids, but you know, I've had convicts before and I loved them. They were slightly aggressive, but they weren't too bad, you know. But yeah, the light's coming on in the 125, and boy, does it look good. But I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Take it easy. Nah, maybe not. I want to show you all the 125 real quick. So now that the lights are coming on, all right, sorry, my house is a mess. But yeah, here's the 125 in all its glory. The lights are coming on. So yeah, I just want y'all. I just want to know, what do y'all think of the 125? How does it look? Uh, I think it looks pretty dang cool. Yeah, they're hungry. They are extremely hungry this morning. So I'll probably drop some cichlid pellets in there for him today. I did feed him brine shrimp and bloodworms yesterday. There's Fred. It looks like that spot on his head is probably just an injury because he's looking a lot better. But watch this. Ain't that cool? These fish are really personable. Like they follow me down the end of the tank. Yeah, I do got some spot algae on the glass, so I may put the scrubber in there and clean that up. And what I thought was just discoloration on the pleco, he seems to be doing just fine. So he seems to be doing just a-okay. So that's my Colombian spotted, and there's a Pictus in the back. Hey, UKC fishing with Big Dan. What's up? I'm just showing everyone my 125. Probably my favorite aquarium in the house. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to set up the tripod. Morning, Dad. I was doing YouTube about what fish tank. About 3:30. Yeah, UKC fishing with Big Dan. I will make you a moderator. Yeah, so this is what I thought was a dead fish. It's not a dead fish. It's a plant. Uh, the back cam don't look too good, does it? Maybe that's just a string not looking too good. My cat Milo wants to say hi, everybody. So there is Milo. Say hi, Milo. But yeah, you are moderator UKC fishing with Big Dan. Uh, I think doing these live streams is pretty cool. I love keeping aquariums. I have been keeping aquariums. Well, my dad kept more aquariums than I did, when I was a kid. But yeah, all the fish seem to be doing pretty well in this aquarium. I've been streaming now for a little over an hour. But I think that's pretty cool that you still got 3 viewers this early in the morning. Yeah, but this tank is looking pretty dang sharp this morning. It's looking better than it did yesterday, which I'm glad for. But I want my little wiggy to spread out a little more. Let's do this. So y'all can see it better. Yeah, there we go, guys. This tank is looking pretty dang sharp. Uh, for those of you who know, I've had this tank set up since June of last year, so a little over almost a year and a half. So yeah, a year and a half I've had this tank set up. A little bit more. And the ball sharks have been a mainstay in this tank for a long time. I've had them for about a year and a half. Same with the rainbow shark. And I did have silver dollars in there and everything else. But yeah, now it's a good looking tank. The fish seem to be happy, healthy, and they are hungry. So I'm actually going to do a live feeding for y'all. I think that'd be pretty sick. Breathing, live breathing. When I feed these fish, they go ham. So I'm opening their cichlid pellets. Every fish in here is large enough to eat these cichlid pellets. Hey, my fish tanks aquatics. Morning, morning, morning. I've been streaming for about an hour. Look at them go. They are going here. They are going down on those pellets. They really love their pellets. The ball sharks love them. Everybody loves them. But yeah, guys, I thank y'all for tuning in to this stream. I got to utilize the screen. So yeah, uh, it's been a fun stream, guys. I've been streaming for 1 hour. So yeah, have a good one, guys.